All right, and we are back. This is NHL 20 Franchise Mode, Calgary Flames. This is episode number 13. Yes, welcome back to our franchise mode here with the Calgary Flames as we are at the trade deadline here in February of 2021, as you can see. And we are set to continue our franchise mode here with the aforementioned Calgary Flames, who sit second place in their division. If we can go back to the screen here, there it is. Second place in their division with 79 points through 62 games. And you can see we sit just, 6 points back there of the Edmonton Oilers, who lead our division. But we are tied with the Vancouver Canucks in what has been a really log-jam Pacific Division this year. So yes, welcome to our franchise mode. Let's get started right here with episode number 13. As mentioned, we are at the trade deadline, so we are just about to explore our options here of how we can make our team better. If you watched the last episode, episode 12, first off, I want to apologize for the abrupt ending. The episode ended really abruptly because I had a timer set on the recording here on the PlayStation. It just automatically stopped at 60 minutes, and I didn't realize that I hit 60 minutes there. I was just about to wrap the episode anyway. I was just going on about what we could do at the trade deadline and looking at our team, and then of course we hit the 60-minute timer there, so it shut off. So I apologize for that abrupt ending, but it did go a little too long there. So I'll make sure to try and keep these ones under 60 minutes from this point on. Obviously. So yeah, this is what we were doing. We're just looking at our team there when episode 12 came to an end. We were just trying to explore what we should do at this year's trade deadline because, again, we sit second place in our division. It was a shaky start to the season. We started most of the season in 7th in our division. In the last few episodes, we slowly moved up in our standings in the Pacific Division and in the conference, and really in overall team play. In a lot of categories like the power play and the goal scoring, which has been our biggest issue, surprisingly, this year. And we have pretty much a very elite offensive roster here, but we've struggled to score a little bit this year. So we were just trying to explore what we could be trying to do here at the deadline to maybe help boost that offense. You can see we have a pretty good rounded team as it is. Again, I'm just going to go through this quickly. Johnny Gaudreau there, I believe, leads our team there with 24 goals, 30 assists, and 54 points there in 62 games, excuse me. So Gaudreau's doing well there on the top line. This top line has struggled there, though, Max Domi, I'm not concerned about the goals there with 8, but he does have 41 assists. He leads our team in that department there. You can see 15 goals, 24 assists. Probably not what you want to see out of your top right winger in Elias Lindholm, but he struggled a little bit as well. When you go to the second line here, you can see 14 goals, 23 assists there for Tkachuk, 17 goals, 35 assists there for Monahan. And then obviously 26 goals already for Andrew Mangiapane, who's just been lights out this season once again for us. So, and then Michael Backlund's actually had a pretty good year there on the third line, 12 goals, 31 assists through 62 games. Excuse me. So you can see, we've just struggled a little bit with our top end scoring. But there's not much we can do. We're not going to trade any of these guys, obviously. These are our core, if you want to include Backlund in that as well. We are deep down the middle. But yeah, this is our core. We're not obviously going to trade these guys. They just got to start finding a way to get their goal scoring going. We have so many options we can try here. We can try moving Lindholm and Tkachuk around. We really want to see if we can get Tkachuk going with Max Domi. We had Domi on the second line here. We still have the option of moving Michael Backlund back to the second line, putting Monahan back up there, and Domi on the right side. The only problem is I don't want to take Andrew Mangiapane out of the top 6. So it would probably be Elias Lindholm coming out of the top 6 if Backlund came in. And the other thing is we could also put Elias Lindholm right where Backlund is right now. We could go like this, put Backlund, up there, and put Lindholm in his center spot. We would probably put actually Tkachuk up there instead and do something like that. Then we would have 2 centers though on that second line hole. So we'll keep things where it is for now, but we have a lot of options to explore with this top 6. So what I'm trying to say is I don't think we need to bring in guys to really or trade out any of these guys and bring any new guys in when it comes to our top 6. Our bottom 6 is where it gets interesting because, we can always add to our bottom 6. Again, Backlund's doing really well down here. These other guys are performing well when you look at some of the stats like Bennett there, 7 goals, 14 assists. You look at Dylan Dubé, 12 goals, 10 assists. This is what you're expecting, and then these guys are your fourth line players. So you're not expecting a lot offensively out of these bottom 3. You put Christopher Stieg in there as well as our 13th forward currently. So, Not expecting a lot of goal scoring out of here, but you can always improve it. That wouldn't hurt. When you look at our defense just quickly here, Giordano, Anderson, Valimaki, Hanifin, Shillington, and Hamnick. Our defense has been fine this year. Not spectacular, but it's been good enough. That hasn't been our problem. Goals against really haven't been our problem all season long, despite how inconsistent our goaltending has been, and we'll look at that in a second as well. But yeah, we're not struggling defensively this year. It's more putting up the goals for, and we can look at that again here in a second. But yeah, I think our defense is fine. Again, the biggest thing about our defensive core this year is Rasmus Anderson, Juuso Valimaki, and Oliver Shillington. These are the three players that we want to make sure are growing anyway. So it's not like we want to take anybody out of this top six. Anderson's at an 85, Valimaki's at an 83, and Shillington at a 79. We want to continue to give these guys lots of high-end minutes because, obviously they're going to be replacing Giordano and Hamnick one day, along with Noah Hanifin, who's already at 88. So a lot of what our defensive core has been this year, and I've talked about in the previous episodes, have been about constructing our defensive core for the future and growing players. So we can always add depth defensemen, but I don't really think there's a need to at this point. The interesting one, again, like I said, is goaltending. There's David Riddick's already played 44 games for us, a 911 save percentage, 266 goals against. Not his best numbers. I guess that's all right, but he's just been inconsistent. 22 wins, as you can see there. Cam Talbot, 907, 281. He's also been pretty inconsistent through 20 games. A little strange because we've been going back and forth between these two. I guess, their numbers are all right, but we just haven't had a guy that, has taken the net, has taken the reins of the net. It's just been inconsistent. Like one guy will go on a hot streak, another guy will go on a cold streak, and then vice versa. So a little bit inconsistent there with Talbot and Riddick, but it seems like one or the other's always playing good for us. So it seems like that's usually not too big of a problem. So just looking here at what I want to look at here is the standings. I want to look at just the overall standings here. So we are, you can see we're 6th overall in the entire NHL. And the reason I want to look at this is because I just want to show you where we are struggling as as a team compared to the league. So goals for, we are now in the top 10. So I believe that's Dallas at 8 there, Ottawa at 9, and that I believe is us at 10 there. So not too bad. Excuse me here for a second. There we go. So not too bad there for the Calgary Flames. We, like I said, at one point we were quite low. We were obviously in the bottom half. I think we were even bottom 10 in goal scoring. Really early in the season, which is obviously not where you want to be. So that's improved, to be a top 10 team. But again, we're a Stanley Cup contender, so we want to be treated like a Stanley Cup contender. When it comes to goals against, you can see we are in the top. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 6th in the league in goals against. So not bad. We were in the top 4, I believe. We've unfortunately moved down slightly in that category, but still not bad. Like I said, considering how inconsistent our goaltending was, this season, that's not too bad. And so I don't think there's any reason to need to fix anything on that end. And then just the stuff like the power play and stuff, has been good again. What is that? 6th in the league again on the PP there. So we've been like a top 10 team all year in the power play. 21.3% is pretty good for any team. And our PK struggled a bit, but I believe it's moved up slightly. Let's look at our PK. No, our PK is still struggling. So this is from worst to best. So our PK is still 5th worst in the NHL. So that's something we can still fix, but that's not something that we're going to go and trade for a player to fix. We're not going to go out and get a defensive player to go on our PK. We just need to continue to tweak our PK around. So we can do that in the lines. Again, just putting. I put our best defensive players in the penalty kill as it is right now. I guess we can go look at that quickly here. I don't want to go too long here on fixating over this because I do want to get to the trade deadline, but let's just look at our PK really quickly. So, I mean, these are our best players for this particular role. Like, I mean, when you look at the defensive stats for Backlund, Lindholm, Monahan, Domi, that's our 4 best defensive forwards. And then, of course, like we know, Travis Hamnick, Giordano are our best defensemen, and then Hanifin and Anderson. So I'm just not sure where we are struggling when these are our best players on this team defensively. I mean, you look at the line chemistry, it's +1 for both penalty kill units. So I'm not too sure what else we can really do, here with the PK. we've got our best players out there. So, I mean, that's the, I don't know. I think we'll just leave it for now. I don't know why we're struggling on the PK, to be honest, but we'll just leave it. So anyways, what I want to get at here is the fact that we are second in our division. We are sixth in the NHL. I think we're okay. Again, we're at the trade. It's been an inconsistent year. We're at the trade deadline. There's still lots of hockey left. But basically what I'm trying to say is I don't think there's really a necessarily a reason to go out there and make a big trade just because it's trade deadline. That being said, of what we just looked at in the line combinations, I think if we were going to address one area, it would probably be the bottom six. Again, our defense was fine, our goaltending's fine despite the inconsistency, and I don't want to move anybody out of our top six trade-wise. We can always shuffle those lines around. So the only thing would be the bottom six. I wouldn't mind maybe adding something down there, and if we're going to add into our bottom six, like I said, we might just add goal scoring, because that's where we, again, it doesn't look bad now because we sit, top 10 in the league right now in goals for, but for most of the season we weren't in that position, and you'll notice when we do simming, if you haven't watched some of the other episodes, that there is quite a few games that we just average 1 goal a game for some reason. So I wouldn't mind adding a little bit of goal scoring, maybe in our bottom six as a depth row. So that being said, I did go ahead here and looked at all the teams in the trade category here in skaters matching block. That's what I'm trying to say. Teams that are looking to trade players. So I looked at everything that's on the market, like I always do, and just saw what the best fit were out there. And again, I think I narrowed our options down to our bottom six. So I did go through every single team here, and one player in particular stood out, and I think that's who we'll go for, but I just want to show you one other guy is from the Rangers. There's Jesper Fast, and again, when I'm doing this, I'm looking at salary that we can afford. So I think we got about let's just quickly look here at our salary cap space, 3.6 million to work with. So I'm trying to keep it under 3.6 million, probably under 3 million in general, and I'm trying to find a guy that I want in our in our top 9. Bottom six. Obviously, I don't want a guy that's 70 something. Jesper Fast fitting into this nicely at 81. 7 goals, 10 assists this season, and you can see he's listed as a sniper. So that's the other thing. Wouldn't mind getting a sniper, but I think I found one guy that's slightly better than Jesper Fast. He has obviously tons of experience. Brings a lot of veteran leadership to the team as well, and is a former Stanley Cup champion. A guy that obviously we all know quite well. He's right now with the Nashville Predators, and that is, of course, Corey Perry. So, was looking at Corey Perry here, and he's got 15 goals, 16 assists, 82 overall, so he's down to a third-line scoring winger, but he is a sniper, just like Jesper Fast. You look there in the top right, 86 shot accuracy, in 90 slap shot power, 87 for wrist shot accuracy, and 89 for wrist shot power. So he's also a very physical forward. So you can see there in the bottom right there, he's got quite a impressive physical resume as well. He also can deke there, hand-eye passing, still pretty good, puck control. Defensively, he's not bad either, 85 for defensive awareness. So, I mean, all around, he's still a pretty good player. I mean, even looking at the skating, that's still not too bad. Speed's at an 82, yes, so that is a bit of a factor there, but for the most part, he's still a good all-around, sniper, and he's already got 15 goals this season. There's also Justin Williams here as well, also 82, 15 goals, 21 assists there as well, but he's a two-way forward. I think this is a guy that would, I think it's close between both Perry and Williams, but at the end of the day, I think it makes a little bit more sense. The other thing about Perry is he's right shot, so is Williams. Okay, they're both right shot defensemen. The biggest thing, I guess, is we should look at is their contract. So Perry's making 2.4, and Williams is making 2.5. Both only have 1 year left, so I mean that's why. Same with Jesper Fast, I believe he only had 1 year left as well. That was the other thing. I was looking at guys that would fit in our contract situation with 1 year left, because we're going out to get rentals at this point. I'm not going out to get guys like we did last year with Max Domi, who we were looking to stay with our team past this year. I'm just looking at a guy that can come in, help our team win a Stanley Cup this year, and then possibly move on. So I wouldn't mind trying a guy like Corey Perry. There's also, like I said, Justin Williams as well, and then Jesper Fast. I think all three of these guys are right wingers. They're all bottom six forwards. And Perry and Jesper's Fast are snipers, but Williams, like I said, has also put up, 15 goals as well. So Perry and Williams both have 15 goals. Williams actually has more points than Perry. So it wouldn't matter either one, but I think what we'll do is we'll try Corey Perry first, just because I think he's the sniper. I think we'll try the sniper first, and then we can try Justin Williams, if we have to, maybe even Jesper's Fast. But let's try bringing in Corey Perry. And again, I believe this will be our only move that we'll try and do here at the deadline. Just bringing in a little bit of depth scoring to help out our team. Like I said, I don't want to go too crazy here at trade deadline. I think we sit in a fine spot, and the other thing is last year. If we're going off of last year. And I'm sorry here, I'm babbling on, but I just want to quickly say, if we're going off last year, we did not need to do anything to help our team in the regular season. It was all about playoffs. We struggled, obviously, in the Stanley Cup playoffs yet again, like we do every single year. So we want to make sure we're bringing in a guy that also has a lot of playoff experience. And, of course, we know Corey Perry's got quite the playoff resume with his time in Anaheim, so wouldn't mind bringing in a guy. So does Justin Williams. So, I mean, how can we say that Mr. Game 7 doesn't have more playoff experience than Corey Perry? He does, but either guy would work, is what I'm trying to say. But it'd be nice to bring in a guy with some playoff experience as well. Again, I think that's more of something that affects real life versus a video game, of which this is. But hey, I mean, it's still a factor. You want to, if you're taking this realistically. So. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll try a trade with a draft pick here. As I'm just looking at our draft picks for this year. We are, of course, yeah. So we got three seventh round picks from that Lucci and Derek Ryan trades from the summer. So we got 3 7th round picks, a 6th, a 5th, a 2nd. We don't have our 4th and 3rd, and we do have our 1st. So what I want to try and do here is see if can we get Perry for like a 4th. Probably not. Just taking a look here. Yeah, probably not a 4th. It's probably going to have to be a 3rd. Again, this is for a rental, so I don't want to go too high here. But we could try a 3rd round next year. Again, we don't have our 3rd round pick this year. We can try that, a 3rd round pick for Corey Perry. So let's try that right now. And it is rejected. We can live with what you were saying, but not this year, blah, blah. All right, so, yeah, so they want more out of this. That's tough because, again, this, like I said, this is a rental player. But again, it could also help us win a Stanley Cup. So, what if we did a 3rd next year and threw in some of these 7th round picks? That's why we acquired these 7th round picks, was to use as trade chips. So why not try the Buffalo Sabres 7th and a 3rd, see if that gets it done. Still rejected. Why don't we add another 7th round pick here? Because like I said, we have 3. I'll try Arizona 7th, Buffalo 7th, and our 3rd next year. I mean, when you look at the trade value there in the bottom screen, it's completely in their favor. That's a lot more trade value from our side going over to their side. So, this should be in their favor for sure. So 2 7ths and a 3rd for Corey Perry. It's still rejected. Sending us a deal, but yeah, okay. So I'm not too sure, why they're rejecting these trades, because the trade value is clearly in their favor. Excuse me. That's not fun. I'm definitely not going to 2nd at all. Again, this is for a rental player. Would you be interested in a 5th and a 3rd? Still rejected. Very interesting. When I looked at skaters matching blocks, I believe it was just Jacob Pelche. Yeah, and I'm not giving up Jacob Pelche. Goalies matching blocks, it's just Dustin Wall. So I'm not giving up our prospects. 2 of our top prospects there. They don't want any of our other skaters. It's too bad we couldn't flip them, like one of our 4th liners for Corey Perry, or even, yeah, they don't want any of these guys. So that makes it a little tough. Let's try Justin Williams then. You know what? We'll try. I wanted to see if we could get Corey Perry. We'll try Justin Williams instead. So we'll go same thing here, a 3rd and a 5th for Justin Williams, and still rejected. I thought it'd be pretty much the same. They're about the same player. Yeah, it's not even at the point where we just need to chip in the extra pick here or there. They clearly want more than a 3rd, which is tough. I'll try a 5th, a 3rd, and a 7th. I don't know. Still rejected. So that is tough. The thing about Jesper's Fast is we can try going here to the Rangers. Skaters matching blocks here. So yeah, the thing about Jesper's Fast is he's only got 7 goals and 10 assists compared to what both Perry and Williams had put up there. I just want to make sure you only had 1 year left as well. Yeah, 1 year. Still listed as a sniper, but I think I like the stats of Perry and Williams a little bit better, to be honest here. I don't know if Jesper's Fast would be any easier to get done than Perry or Williams. Are they interested in any other players here? Yeah, they're interested in quite a bit here. So, like, yeah, see, they would be interested in flipping like a Chris Versteeg for, you know, Jesper's Fast there, which would make it maybe slightly easier. Throw in a pick with Versteeg. And again, Jesper's Fast would just be a slight upgrade over, you know, basically what Chris Versteeg is. Try, you know, a 7th and Versteeg for Fast. Probably not going to work. Yeah. See, like the thing is I don't want to go too crazy here because they are just rental players. So we might not make a trade at all. You know, we can't get the right price for these guys. Yeah. We will go back to New Jersey one more time and try Corey Perry here one more time. But yeah, if it's not going to work out, you know, it might just not work out here. I'm just trying to think here what else we could throw in here. They're not interested in any other scares, like I said. Oh. So what if we went a 3rd? Oh, I don't want to do this, but a 3rd and a 4th? Man, for a rental player, like, I don't want to do this at all. That's the most I'll try is a 3rd and a 4th here. Still rejected, yeah, so I'm not going to go too crazy now. I'm offering them up some draft picks here for Corey Perry. Clearly, they don't want to take it. You know, we could certainly use that extra depth scoring, but again, it might just not. The thing is when you're a contender, you kind of want to get a piece at the deadline to help put you over the top. I don't think it's going to work here. I can try throwing in a player that they're not interested in. All skaters here, and see if that puts it over. But I don't think it will. So I can try and putting in, like, you know, I could even try a prospect. I don't know why they're not interested in some of our prospects, because I would deal some of our prospects here. Let's go by trade value here. So when we get down here to some of our prospects, you know, like I'd put this guy in here. I think we just probably drafted him not long ago. No, 2019 we drafted him. He's got potential top 9, medium potential. But yeah, like I'd throw a guy like that in, and give them a 3rd in that guy for Corey Perry. And it's accepted. Wow. Okay. Okay then. I guess they just wanted a prospect in there as well, even though, excuse me, they didn't say that. So that's okay. That works. Yeah, that's weird. So what we need to do now is, I believe, send a guy down to the American League, because we now have Corey Perry up in the NHL. So we'd have to send down Versteeg or Zarnik right now. It would probably be Zarnik because he's on a 2-way. Versteeg's on a 1-way, so I'll have to send down Austin Zarnik. He's not waiver eligible. He's on a 2-way. I guess he was waiver eligible. Okay, he's been claimed by the Rangers. Okay, we just lost Austin Zarnik, but we gained Corey Perry, so that kind of sucks. Let's go back to edit lines here. I thought it said he was on a two-way, so that's really weird. Either way, it doesn't matter. We still have Versteeg and Perry here in the NHL. We'll put Corey Perry in now. Yeah, so put him in there. I want him on the third line now. Dylan Dubé, 12 goals, 10 assists. Sam Bennett, 17 goals, 14. So let's just switch Dubé and Perry around. And again, we can always switch these guys back, but we'll try that. Add a little bit more speed to the fourth line, and then some scoring here to the third line. Perry's now playing alongside Michael Backlund. If we keep it this way, so that might add a little bit of chemistry between these two. Wouldn't be a bad thing, because Backlund's got 31 assists. If you can start feeding Perry the puck, and Perry can start sniping, that wouldn't be a bad idea there. So there we go. There's our trade deadline. Not exactly what I was probably expecting there. Back to the lines here in the AHL. That was a defensive prospect that we traded away. So I'll just put the next guy in here. So yeah, not exactly what I was expecting there in that trade, but it worked out. We did lose, like I said, Austin Czarnik on waivers. I guess we could have tried sending down Christopher Stieg instead of Austin Czarnik. I probably would have rather seen Christopher Stieg claim than Austin Czarnik, just because Czarnik's a little bit younger. But at the end of the day, Czarnik was just a 13th forward for us anyway. So we'll just move on from that. So there you go. There's our trade deadline. Let's move on here. Next game against Anaheim. So let's move past the trade deadline. So we do make a minor trade acquiring Corey Perry. Here's a few more big trades coming in before the trade deadline is over. So Arizona getting Jaden Schwartz from the Minnesota Wild along with a third. The Wild do pick up a second, Alex Gorgolowski, and a fourth. Any more coming in? Nope. So that might be it for the trade deadline then. We won't worry about looking at all the other big trades. I think we looked at some of them in the last episode anyway. So you know what? Let's get right back to it. Like I said, that was our trade deadline. Just wanted to make maybe something minor to see if that could put us over the top again. Corey Perry brings in a lot of experience, especially winning a Stanley Cup, and a lot of playoff years there in Anaheim. And look who he gets to play in his first game as a Calgary Flame. He gets to play his former team, the Anaheim Ducks. So that should be fun. Anaheim, of course, sitting at the bottom of our division, not doing good this year. So hey, it'd be nice to see Corey Perry maybe rack up some points against his former team. Finally, on the right side of this big rivalry between Anaheim and Calgary is Corey Perry. Let's see what he can do here. So let's jump right back into some simming. Excuse me. I believe are we going with Riddick still? I think we're going with Riddick still. I can't remember what we finished off the last episode in. So here we go. Calgary Anaheim divisional game here. First period, Giordano scores for us on the power play. They get one from Josh Manson. Second period here, we get one from there it is, Corey Perry. You could not make this stuff up. I mean, this is just a video game, but that's funny. Corey Perry scoring his first goal as a Calgary Flame against his former team in Anaheim. There, that's pretty cool to see. 2-1. I was gonna say that'd be even cooler if it stood up as the game winner. Clearly, that's not gonna be the case here, because in the third period we get one from Valimaki. They get two from Steele and Gooley there, and we are going to overtime. Do we get the extra point? Come on, Flames. How about in the shootout? Fuck, they get in the shootout. So we do pick up a point against Anaheim here, but we lose our second straight game in extra time to the Ducks. Nice to see Perry, like I said, though, get one there against his former team. That's kind of cool. I just want to look here at goaltending. 9-1-2 for David Rick. Not a horrible night. Not the best night either there. So let's continue to sim here. Like I said, we are in the month of February. Then we got the month of March and April, and then it's up to the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we're picking up points here. That's all that matters. But I want to be picking up 2 points here. This is a big game against Florida, and then we got massive divisional games coming up against Arizona and Edmonton, which are the two teams, I believe, on either side of us in the standings. Actually, yeah, there's Arizona at 74, and there's Edmonton at 87. Vancouver's there as well at 79. But yeah, those are some big divisional games coming up. So let's get this game with Florida out of the way, but we need 2 points here against the Panthers. First period, they get the first goal, Frank Vetrano, 1-0 for the Panthers. Second period, come on, Calgary. Yes, there we go. Mangiapane, third period, big period. Yes, Johnny Gaudreau, Andrew Mangiapane, a 2-goal game for Mangiapane. That's what you want to see, of course, from Mangiapane, who I believe is now at, 28 goals for Mangiapane. So he's 2 goals away from the 30-goal plateau for what will be the first time in his career. So that'll be good to see. And a 9-6-4 for David Riddick. Really good night there for David Riddick, as he faced probably a lot of shots there. 3-1, we pick up the win. And now we got a couple big divisional games here to start off the month of March. So this is going to be a jam-packed month of March here. And it kicks off with a few big divisional games. In fact, 3 divisional games to start off this month, and this is going to be the big month for us here. So 82 points there. You can see we are just 5 points back of the Oilers there, with a game in hand for our divisional lead. But again, Vancouver on our tail with a point behind us at 81. So this will be fun. Just want to take a quick look here at the month of March here. Like I said, it's going to be a busy one. 2 games actually against the Coyotes in this month. So the 2 huge games against Arizona and a massive game against Edmonton in this month. Big game against Vegas in there as well. And then a couple against San Jose, and then a few games into April there. It actually ends with this Minnesota game here. So there's actually only, 3 games into April. So yeah, not a lot of hockey left here. What is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 games left here. So 18 games. We are under 20 games to go, obviously, to the end of the season. So a lot of huge important games here if we want to even have a chance at defending our Pacific Division title for a 3rd straight year. So let's get these divisional games going now. Like I said, 2 big games left against Arizona. We have to win both of them in regulation. So here's the first one. First period, Flames and Coyotes. Yes, look at that first period. That's what you want to see. All from our top 6 as well as our top defenseman in Mark Giordano. Beautiful stuff right there. Second period, they get 1 from Phil Kessel. Third period, we do hang on. So that's nice to see. 4-1 win there for the Calgary Flames. I forgot to look at the stats there. I wanted to look at the stats. David Riddick has been injured. Shit. With a broken ankle. His estimated time, April 23rd. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. We've just lost our number 1 goalie. Holy shit, until the playoffs. Oh, no. We were doing so good all year with injuries, and then this happens. A broken ankle. Are you kidding me? I was wondering why Cam Talbot came into that game. Fuck. We don't even have a good 3rd goalie either. Oh. I mean, I'm not, like, I do trust Talbot, because, like I said, he's come in quite a bit for us this year. The thing is, we don't have a backup behind Talbot. We have Zagadulin, and he's not even close to NHL ready. And we're going to have to call up Artem Zagadulin, because we don't have anybody else even in the system. I mean, even in the AHL, the game just gave us a backup goalie because we didn't sign a 4th goalie. We've only had 3 goalies in this organization. Oh, man, we were not prepared for this at all. Of course, it happens right after the trade deadline, too. So we have to obviously call up Artem Zagadulin. And then we're going to have to add our lines here. Wow, we were not prepared for this. So, yeah, it happens right after the deadline. We could have went out and got a goalie. Shit, this sucks. All right, so we have lost to the 23rd of April. I mean, that's going to be well into the playoffs, too. So Cam Talbot is now, all of our playoff hopes and everything this season will be on the shoulders of Cam Talbot. This is insane. Back to edit. You're going to have to go best lines in the AHL. We have no choice but to go best lines because we don't have another goalie. Are they going to give us a goalie? Yeah, they will. They'll give us another goalie actually down here. So like, see, these 2 guys were not even in our organization. They gave us this Jesper Myrenberg guy as our backup in the AHL. I don't think he played a single game. He played 2 games for us. That was it, because we had Zagadulin rolling there, and now this guy comes in. Holy shit, this sucks. Oh, a broken ankle to David Riddick. And after he went 9-6-4 against the Florida Panthers. There's nothing we can do about it. These things happen. They happen to every team, and it sucks. It just happened to us right in the middle of a massive playoff push, and you know, a chance to defend our division. But the biggest thing is the fact that goes into April. Like, if it was just for the rest of the regular season, that's one thing. But considering the fact that it goes well into the April, you know, we'll easily be into round 2, possibly even round 3 by the time we even probably get Riddick back, and that's gonna suck because now we're rolling with Talbot. But I guess all we can do at this point is have all of our faith in Cam Talbot and hope that that Cam Talbot, who is an 81, can carry this team from this point on. This sucks big time. Wow, that sucks. as much as it does, we've got a massive divisional game here against Edmonton as our first game without Riddick. So here we go. First period, Flames and Oilers, 2-2 Giordano and Dubé. They get 2 from Benson and McDavid. We're going to really need our scoring now. Second period, we do get one there from Max Domi. Nice to see Domi scoring. Third period, do we hang on? Oh my God. We get one from Bennett. They get tied this game up. It's going to overtime. So we unfortunately give the Oilers a point, but we have to take the second point. It's so bad. We need the second point so badly. Come on, Calgary. Yes, there we go. Overtime. Mr. Overtime himself, Sean Monahan. Big goal there for the Flames. So we do get 2 points from the Oilers, but unfortunately we give them up a point here. Jankowski, Giordano, and Dubé working on 2-point nights, and 8-7-9 for Cam Talbot in his first game as the legit starter of this team. I don't even know what to say. This sucks so much. All right, so we do get wins here against massive divisional opponents, but at the same time, we are not, unfortunately, not. Yeah, we'll claim David Schlemko in the AHL. We are not doing well right now. It's not going to look well without David Riddick. He's our number 1 goalie. We definitely needed him there, at least for the playoffs. Like I said, if it was just the regular season, that's one thing. We needed Riddick when it came to playoffs. So we now sit 4 points back of the Edmonton Oilers with a game in hand. Like I said, we gave them a point there. We picked up 2. We got a big divisional game here against the Sharks, who actually do sit dead last in our division. So we have 2 games left against the San Jose Sharks in this month. Luckily for us, they are the worst team in our division. But again, that could mean nothing right now without David Riddick, and we still need to make sure we don't take this team too lightly here. So let's get this game going. It's going to be Cam Talbot's net the rest of the way here. So first period against the Sharks, 2-0 Flames. Nice to see Mangiapane and Perry. Mangiapane's been on a tear. There's Corey Perry with his second goal as a Calgary Flame. Wow, what a second period here. Backlund, Lindholm, Backlund again, Goudreau, Monahan, all scoring for us. They get one from Thomas Hertel. And then the third period, we had one from Scott Wilson and Hertel. So a massive game there for the Calgary Flames. Offense to break through. That's what you want to see. Like I said, our offense is going to have to be... We're relying heavily on our offense now, in case things go wrong goaltending-wise. So let's just look at who led us here in points. Giordano led us with 4 points. 4 assists there for Gio. 4-point night for Michael Backlund on that third line. He stays red hot for us down there. 2 points for Lindholm, Monahan, Gaudreau, each with 2 points. That's what you want to see from your top line. Kachuk, Perry, and Jankowski all with 2 points as well. And then in goal, pretty good night there for Cam Talbot, 9-2-0. I mean, like I said, the one good thing about all of this is that Cam Talbot has played... He's been inconsistent this season, but he's played just as good as David Riddick when he's been hot this season. So that's the good thing, with Cam Talbot. So it's not like we had no backup goalie behind Riddick. It's good that we still had a decent backup behind Riddick. Unfortunately, we had nobody behind Talbot. That's where Zagadulin came in. But again, at least we had Talbot. I guess that's one positive to look at this all. So a big win there. That gets us to 88 points. The Oilers do win as well, though, so they stay at 92. We're now 4 points ahead of the Canucks. So that's good to see. But we need to just keep on winning. I think we're on like a 4 or 5 game winning streak here, but we just have to keep on winning right now to finish off this regular season here. So here we go. Colorado Avalanche, Calgary Flames, both teams at 40 wins here on the season. First period against the Avs, 2-1 Flames. Bennett, Monahan, they get one from McKinnon. Second period, they get 2 big goals from McCarr and Paul Mary. Do we pull back in the third? Come on, Flames, we need to come from behind, win. Yes, we get it. What a wild third period. This is what I'm talking about. We might see a lot of like 6-5 games, without David Riddick again. Hopefully not, but we need our offense to do exactly what it just did in this game. Johnny Gaudreau scoring twice in this period, as well as Andrew Mangiapane. So I want to see where Mangiapane is now in goals. He's well over 30, but he's just been red hot in this last handful of games. Nice to see Johnny Gaudreau getting a pair there as well. So just looking there, 2.9 for Monahan, Domi, Giordano, Gaudreau, Hanifin, and Mangiapane, obviously. And then an 8-3-9, so not the best night for Cam Talbot, but again, he got us the win. He did let in 5 goals, but we're still getting the win. So right now, it's totally a team game at this point. The boys are definitely going to have to help out Talbot in net. They're definitely going to have to help out by spotting him some goals here and there in games like the one we just played. So back-to-back nights. Could put Zagadulin in for a game for his first NHL game. But we need wins right now. We need points, so I think I'm going to leave Talbot in. I just want to see where Winnipeg is. Winnipeg is, they're down there. I mean, we could throw them in, but I think what we'll do is we'll see if we can get points here, and then we're still fighting for a division title. No, I'm not putting. I'm gonna leave. I was gonna say we could give Zagadulin a game, but no, I'm gonna leave Talbot in. I want that division title, obviously, and I still want our best playoff positioning in the standings as well. So first period here against Winnipeg. 3-2 Tkachuk, Monahan, Dubé. They get 2 from Bufflin and Laine. Second period, yes, we get another goal from who else but Andrew Mangiapane. Do we hang on in the third? They get 1, but we do hang on. They get a power play goal from Mark Scheifele. Flames hang on. That's a big win there. I'm just still rattled that we lost David Riddick. 2.9 there for Gioma. So the good thing since David Riddick's gone down, there's a 912 save percentage for Cam Talbot. The good thing since David Riddick has gone down is that our top 6 players, and specifically our top players, have stepped up. Now, Andrea Mangiapane has stepped up really well, but the biggest ones I'm looking at are Sean Monahan, Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Tkachuk. These guys, we've seen them scoring lots of goals lately for us. That's what you want to see for sure out of those top guys. So definitely like the fact that our top players have stepped up since Riddick's gone down with that injury. And there we are. We're now tied with the Edmonton Oilers at 92 points. So we're on some kind of a winning streak here. But that's got us tied with the Edmonton Oilers in points there. So that's what you want to see. We're now, for the first time ever, we're atop of our division this season. So that's really huge for the Calgary Flames. We're on, what, a 7-game winning streak? Something like that here. Let's go back here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-game winning streak. Sorry. We're on a 6-game winning streak. Trying to make it 7 here against the Arizona Coyotes. So, yeah, 6-game winning streak. All right, so let's get up to this Arizona game. About 10 games left here. Is that what we have there roughly? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 games left here. I'll try and get all these games done here in this episode. We're going to have to go really quick here. But here's another one of those mashup divisional games here against the Coyotes. We have a little bit of separation from Arizona, but still not enough that I'm comfortable with. So we have to get these 2 points in regulation and extend our winning streak. 3-1 for them after 1 period of play. Mangiapane does the scoring for us, but they get goals from Kessel, Keller, and Step on second period. Come on, Flames. Shit. This might be our first look at poor goaltending here. Shillington and Jankowski score for us. Do we have a huge miracle in the third period? We do. We tied his game up with 3 goals. Hamnick, and Shillington. Can we steal that extra point now in this come from behind? Nothing. How about the shootout? Yes, we do. 7-3 win in the shootout for the Calgary Flames. Again, I mean, this is huge. When our team can come in here and bail out Cam Talbot, I mean, that's going to be the story for the rest of the year. So, 3-point night for Gaudreau and Hamnick. Not a good night, obviously, for Talbot, 8-1-8. But our offense has come through at just the perfect time this season has bailed us out. Again, unfortunately, we do give a point to the Coyotes, but we pick up the 2 points and extend our winning streak to 7. That keeps us atop of our division. Oilers, I think, tie us, though, with 94 points. They do. So there it is, 94 points. They get the row win. We don't get the regulation overtime win, which is the tiebreaker, so they now jump ahead of us technically. But again, we're tied 94 points. There's still 4 points between us and the Canucks, and then almost a good 10 points between us and the Coyotes. So those were some pretty big games against the Arizona Coyotes there. Let's keep rolling here. We got the Vegas Golden Knights, who sit somewhere in the middle of our division. Still want to get these games here, or these points here. Valimaki scores. They get 1 there from Van Riemsdyk. They get 3 there. We get 1 from Gaudreau. Do we pull back in the third period? No, we don't. We do get a goal from Tkachuk, but our 7-game winning streak is snapped at 7. And we lose our first game here, unfortunately, in regulation. 2-point night from Monahan. And Talbot goes 8-7-1. So yeah, the last few games have definitely not been really good for Cam Talbot at all. But we have no choice but just to keep him in net and hope that as a team we can continue to get wins here, because we just have no choice right now when it comes to this. I mean, I can't stick Zagadulin, and he's like a 73 I think is his rating compared to Talbot's 81. We just can't put Zagadulin in at this point at all. We definitely miss David Riddick here, and it might cost us a division title. But again, it happens to teams. So the Oilers now jumping 2 points ahead of us, and they've clinched the playoff spot for the first time in our division, and they are just the second team to clinch in the NHL next to the Flyers. So Edmonton clinches. We're probably very close to clinching a playoff spot as well. But again, I had eyes on a division title and a top spot in this conference yet again. So just to continue to roll here against the Toronto Maple Leafs, 1-1 after one. Johnny Gaudreau, Frederic Gauthier there after one period at the ACC. Second period, 2 huge goals by us, Lindholm and Bennett. And third period, they do get one, but we hang on. Anders Janssen there for them. We hang on for the 3-2 win. I'm just curious here at Talbot. A bounce-back game there for him, 9.35. So, again, there's the inconsistency. Goes from a pretty poor couple of games to a pretty good game there with a 9.35 save percentage by Cam Talbot. All right, let's keep going here. See if we can get all these games out of the way here and end this episode. So, Calgary Flames, Montreal Canadiens. Let's keep this going. See if we can keep getting points here. All we can do right now is just control our own destiny. We have no more games against the Oilers or the Coyotes or Canucks. So we just got to keep on winning and control our own destiny at this point. Nothing after one. 2-1 for them after 2. Petri Chara, for some reason, is on the Montreal Canadiens now. Okay. And Mangiapane, who's got to be really close to 40 goals. This is insane. We'll look at Mangiapane in a second. But that is a huge goal for us. Do we tie this in the third? No, they don't. They get Jonathan Drouin, and we lose this one in regulation there. So I'll skip the stats on this one. But yeah, Mangiapane's got to be close to 40 goals. That is insane. I just want to see where he's at here. We're tight for time here, but I just want to see. Mangiapane. 35 goals. Yeah, he's 5 goals away from hitting the 40-goal plateau. So it's been such a good lights out. See, I knew if we put him in the top 6, he would be, such a good goal scorer for us. I mean, after the season he had last year, that was insane. So we'll keep on rolling here. Shouldn't have too many games left here. Definitely got to be under 10 games at this point. We'll just keep on rolling. Here we go. Flames and Islanders. First period, nothing. Second period, 1-0 by Sean Monahan. And do we hang on in the third? Yes, we do. Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan scoring for us. There's Cam Talbot's first shutout since David Riddick's gone down. That's good to see. Don't know how many shots he faced there, but good to see Talbot pick up the shutout. And we are just going to ride Talbot now. Back-to-back games in New York City. He can do it here against the Rangers. So here we go. Rangers and Flames. Just trying to continue to pick up points here. I'm not even looking at the standings, just trying to control our own destiny at this point. 1-0 Jespers Fast, the player that we were going to get, scores against us. Second period, we get 1, they get 1 from Domi. Do we come back in the third? No. Oh, we do, but they score more goals again. So again, goals from Perry, Giordano, and Shillington. Not enough to get by the Rangers. Crap, I wanted that one. 2.9 there for some of our top players, but again, Talbot with a very poor night, 808. There's nothing we can do about it. Seeing those numbers just bugs me. I want to put in a, oh no, another injury. Sean Monahan has been injured with a concussion. These injuries are at the worst time ever. So he is done for the rest of the regular season, which shouldn't be too many games. Luckily, he's back by April 5th, which should be playoff time. This is not the time to get massive injuries. Luckily, also Michael Backlund can step up onto that. We are deep down the middle, so that's nice to see. That means that Christopher Stieg is going to have to come in and play on the 4th line center position. I don't want him in all of Monahan's lines here. That's the problem. Crap. I'm just thinking here. Mangiapane will get some top power play time here. I'm going to have to edit these lines really quick here. Domi, Backlund, Perry, you get in there. Show us what you got in the PP. Monahan's in every fucking line. Are you kidding me? Backlund's just going to go in a lot of situations here. PK. Jedkowski was a good defensive forward. He'll go into the PK. Domi can come in here as well. A lot of guys just having to step up here in the absence now of one of our top players, obviously. Backlund's just going to come in and take a lot of ice time here, which is good to see because Backlund's had a good year. At least we have, for the 2 players that have gone down, hopefully that is the end of the players that have gone down for us. But for the players that have gone down for us, the good thing about it is we've had replacements. For Riddick, we've had Talbot, and for Monahan, we've had Backlund. So some really good players to replace them, but you just don't want to lose guys at this time of year. And unfortunately, we've been hit by the injury bug in a big way at the worst time of the year. So just trying to finish off this regular season healthy, please. It's all about playoffs. I mean, I almost don't care about the divisional title at this point, just because we're getting so many players dropping down. But at the same time, I still want that divisional title. So 3-0 for the Avs after 1, 5-2 for them after 40. Do we pull back? No, not enough. There by us. Versteeg comes into his first game back and scores, but we do drop a game here to the Avs, 5-3. Excuse me, 8-5-3 there for Talbot. Oh, I miss David Reddick. I really do. All right. We should be very close to the end of the season now. We're at the end of the month of March. I just wanted to fly through the season in this episode here. We have clinched, by the way. I should mention that we probably clinched a while back. We are now sitting at 98, but you can see the Oilers there. We've lost quite a few games, where we've lost back-to-back games, in fact, in regulation, and that's allowed the Oilers to really move ahead of us. The Canucks are now even challenging us. They're just a point back. The Coyotes just a few points back as well. But the Oilers at 104, a good, 6 points ahead of us, making it really hard to catch up at this point, but there's not much we can do. We've lost our top centerman and our top goaltender. I mean, what else can you do at this point? 1-0 after 1. There's still Johnny Gaudreau for us, beating the Stars netminder. 2-1 or 3-1 for us after a Backlund stepping up. Mangiapane stepping up there. They get one for Sagan. Do we hang on? We do. 2 more goals there from Jankowski and Perry scoring against his former team. And good to see Corey Perry there get a little bit of an increase in ice time in the absence of Sean Monahan as well. And we'll hang on for that one. 9-3-5 again. There's a better night for Talbot after a couple poor nights as we pick up the win. Let's just keep rolling here. Predators and then the Sharks, and then there should only be 3 games in the month of April. So here we go. So 5 games left, I believe it is, for the Calgary Flames. All right, 1-0 for us, thanks to a goal by Michael Backlund. 1-1 after 40 from Duchesne. Do we hang on to the third? Shit! Oh, man. These 1-goal games, we have to find a way to win. I'm sure that was a better night for Talbot. I'm not even going to look at the stats. Shit. All right. Itu Tuola has been injured. Best line's down there in Stockton at this point. I really don't care. All right. Simulate this game against the Sharkingtons. First period, 1-0 Johnny Gaudreau. Second period, stays 1-0. Third period, yes, 2 more goals. Johnny Gaudreau, Dylan Dubé. Gaudreau's got to be close, if not already hit the 30-goal plateau. Mangiapane's got to be close to the 40-goal plateau. The rest of our players, I don't think they're going to get that high up there in points and goal scoring, because it's been quite a spread out offense this year. But nice to see some personal milestones there. There's Gaudreau actually had 35 goals, so he's well over the 30-goal plateau. He's almost at the 40-goal plateau, which is nice to see, and almost at the 80-point plateau. Obviously, Sean Monahan won't get up there because he's injured for the rest of the season. So LAK here. Let's get this game going. All right, simulate this one. And then we'll end this episode here with the end of this regular season. So Domi, Lindholm, and Jankowski, they tied up in the second, third period. We get 2 more, Mangiapane and Bennett. I'm not going to look at the stats because I want to get through this fast here. Multiple players are ready to come back, so that means Monahan's ready to come back likely. So what we will do is put Monahan back in here, which is good to see. I'm going to put him on the third line just because he's still injury prone. Just want to make sure we don't have any other guys that are ready to come back. No, just Monahan. Probably Tuola in the AHL. Yeah, see, Tuola is ready to play the next game. So, yeah, you can go best lines there. So we do have Monahan back before the end of the regular season, so that's actually good. There's only actually 2 games left here for the regular season, as we're at 8 games played. How's it? Oh, okay, that's in the East. I was like, what? So we're 4 points back of the Edmonton Oilers here. So basically, we would need to win out, and they would need to lose out. And we would need to get the tiebreaker if we want to defend our Pacific Division. If we do not win, if the Oilers get a single point or we do not get a single point, they automatically have the Pacific Division. So we should know after this Chicago game if the Edmonton Oilers are in fact the Pacific Division champions, or if we still have a shot at defending our crown. So we have to get 2 points and they have to lose. All we can do right now is control our own destiny. Scoreless after 20. 1-0 for us, or sorry, 1-0 for them. Alex DeBrincat after 40. Third period for the Pacific Division. No, they get it. So Saad and Mata, we get one from Backlund. So that is the end of the Pacific Division reigns for the Calgary Flames. But you know what? Back-to-back years with the Pacific Division, and you can see down there, the Oilers do get the Z there beside their name. They clinched the Pacific Division. They do lose that game, though, so we did still have a shot if we would have won that game. But the Oilers are the new Pacific Division champion after the Calgary Flames had it for 2 straight years. That's okay. We still have a chance here to finish second. Here it is, the last game of the regular season, and then the Calgary Flames season will come to an end, and obviously it'll be time for the Stanley Cup playoffs. So obviously we're in the playoffs. Good chance we finish second here in our division, but it would have been nice to win that Pacific Division. But hey, not bad considering both Riddick and Monahan went down in this episode. So here we go. It'd be nice to go out on a winning note. Nothing after 20, nothing after 40, nothing. Oh, they do get the 2-1 win. So back-to-back losses to end the season. Corey Perry getting the final goal for the Calgary Flames this season, and that is how the regular season will end. So Johnny Gaudreau does not hit 40 goals, but he does hit 75 points. Good enough there. We'll look at all of the stats in the next episode, at the end of the next episode, because this one's tight for time. But we do finish with 104 points in 82 games. Our final record is 48, 26, and 8. Not bad. 2 wins away from the 50-win plateau. We do finish second in our division, 1 point ahead of the Vancouver Canucks there, but 4 points back of the Oilers. It was a tight race. It's tough to say what would have happened if David Riddick didn't go down, and Sean Monahan as well. But it was definitely a tight race to the finish. But hey, what are you going to do? We're still in a good spot. We're still a top team in this league. We actually finish approximately 5th or tied for 4th. Tied for 4th, I believe it is. Just looking at it quickly there. We should be tied for 4th. We can look at it really quickly here. We should be tied for 4th or something like that in the NHL. So still not a bad year for the Calgary Flames at all. He's second in our division, as mentioned. And overall, 6th technically, but technically tied for 4th, because Pittsburgh and Washington would be tied for 3rd, or we would be tied for 4th with Colorado. But 6th if you look at the tiebreakers technically. So 6th place overall in the NHL, not bad. I'll take it. It was a bit of a scrambly season, but not bad at all for the Calgary Flames. This episode's running really tight in time, so we'll look at all of our stats plus who we got in the playoffs in the next episode, episode 14. But that does it here for the regular season in episode 13.